In this video, I'm going to make this resume example for a receptionist position using Microsoft Word. It's a simple yet formal resume sample that encourages hiring managers to read through. Now, if you prefer to save some time and want to download matching resumes and cover letter templates, then click on the link in the description for more information. Now, I will also provide you with tips on how to put your skills and qualifications on the resume to make it better than 9 out of 10 other resumes, based on recently revealed data. Now, without further ado, let's start making this resume. Alright, now as you can see, we have this blank page in Microsoft Word. And the first thing I would like to change are the margin settings in the Layout tab. Now, by default, it's set on normal, but I picked the narrow settings for some extra space and to avoid cropped sentences. After that, we hover over to the Insert tab, open the Shapes drop-down menu and pick a simple text box. Now cover the header area like this. Okay. And I would like no outline. Over here at Shape Fill, you can pick a suitable color from this color palette or go to More Fill Colors. Now I pick a recently used color. Alright, let's zoom in a bit so we can include some contact information. Now start with your name and surname. Okay, now go to the Home tab to center it and increase the font size to, let's say, 24. Now bold highlight it to make it stand out a bit more. Underneath, you need to enter the city and state you live in, then the email address. Let's remove the hyperlink by pressing Command or Ctrl Z, and then we enter the phone number and at last a link to your LinkedIn account. Now research shows that a link to a comprehensive LinkedIn profile can increase your chances by 71% for getting an invitation to an interview. Now, as you can see, we need to detach the cursor from the text box. Press the spacebar once and the enter button a couple of times to do so. Now let's divide the resume into sections, including a summary, skills, experience, education, and an interest section in caps lock. Now the sequence of these sections highly depends on your educational and professional experience background. I would advise you to put the best stuff above the fold. So if you have little professional experience, move your education section above your work experience. Okay, so let's create 2 white lines in between each section. Okay, and bold highlight summary and center it as well. We also need to adjust the line spacing options. Now go to the spacing settings and change these to 12 points before and 12 points after. And then we press on OK. Now if it turns out you need more text to fit on one page, you can easily reduce this afterwards. I also want to add some borders to visually separate these sections from the body text. Now click on this little arrow icon and pick top and bottom borders in the drop-down menu. Furthermore, pick in between the 13 to 16 point font size. Now I think that 14 looks fine. Next up, we need to place the cursor in the middle of the keyword and click the format painter twice. Now select the other sections to paste the formatting. Okay, now that's about it, and don't forget to disable the format painter. Now a resume summary should be an engaging elevator pitch that drags the reader's attention and informs them about the most important pieces of information, like who or what kind of person you are, your experience as a receptionist, your objective, the position and the company you are after, and optionally include your availability. Okay, let me center the text and move on to the next section. Now in the skills section, you need to properly list some of your most important receptionist skills using Word's table designs. Now go to the Insert tab, click on the table drop-down menu and pick a 3x1 table. Now as you can see, the default table margins don't align with our page margins. Now let's change that to make it look a bit cleaner. Now go to the table layout, cell margins, and put the left and right margin settings to 0. And tap OK. Now before I add some skills related to the job description, recent data shows that applicants matched only 51% of the relevant keywords on their resumes. In order to know what kind of keywords you should be looking at, I would advise you to copy the vacancy description. Go to the free word cloud generator and paste it right in there. And click on Generate Cloud. Now don't underestimate the importance of using the right terms for a high match rate. Recent data shows that 99% of the Fortune 500 companies use applicant tracking systems. Now, as you can see, all the cells are filled and categorized to improve the readability. The only thing left to do is to align these cells. And after that, remove the borders. Now, in order to do so, select the whole table, click the drop-down icon and select No Borders. And there we go. Alright, so that brings us to the experience section. Now let's say we have some experience as a front desk receptionist. In addition, enter the city, state and employment duration. Now we want to right align this part using the ruler. Now if you don't see this option, you need to go to the View tab and enable Ruler. Okay, let me show you how to use this tool. Now place the cursor right here, click somewhere in the ruler to place a left tab stop and press Tab. You see? Okay, now let me enter some working experience and fast forward a bit. Now I structured these sentences according to the PAR method, which stands for Problem, Action and Results. That way you bring impact and purpose to your experiences. Now same goes for using action verbs at the beginning of each sentence, like supported, greeted and achieved. Furthermore, do you notice how I quantified my experiences? Now measurable metrics illustrates someone's value and improves your chances of getting an invitation to an interview. Okay, let me enter another paragraph and move on to the education section. So we start off by adding the educational background. Enter the university name, degree and the remaining information on the right side. Let's use the ruler again. Alright, and underneath you can add your grade point average or GPA, extracurricular activities, relevant courses you followed, certificates you've obtained, affiliations, etc. Now if you still have some space left, consider adding an interest section to your resume. It's an opportunity to show the human side behind the resume, but also to relate to the reader's interests and or the company culture. Now that doesn't mean you should add some fluffy buzzwords and cliches, like around 51% of the applicants include in their resumes, but try to grab the reader's interest by making it relevant or relatable. Now if you want to come across as someone that is adventurous, enter for example traveling and also inform the reader about your travel ambitions. Or perhaps you like doing basketball and add for example your favorite team and player. Or what about watching Netflix? Include some of your favorite series and write something along the lines of binge watch The Crown and Designated Survivor. Now there's a big chance that the reader watched one of these as well, so you already have some mutual interests. Anyway, I hope you get the idea. Now keep your resume short, concise and to the point. Recent data shows that the ideal resume length is in between the 475 to 600 words. A stunning 77% of the resumes were outside of that range. Lastly, I also want to emphasize the importance of properly sending your resume. Now, unless instructed otherwise, save your resume as a PDF or Word document attached to the email and save it accordingly. So name, surname, resume. And that way the reader will know that it is yours without even opening the file. Now all these little things prove your attention to detail and can make the difference between getting the job or not. Okay, so before I end this video, I would like to know if you watched the whole video. And I'm even more curious if you actually got the receptionist position. Leave an emoji with glasses if you watched the video till the end. And leave an emoji with sunglasses if you got the job. I want to thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll respond as soon as possible. Now, if this video was helpful, then a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Thanks again for watching and see you next time. Bye!